Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Our second last game for the Premier League campaign is at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, who are chasing Champions League football. We have a Europa League final to focus on, so this particular game, it's difficult to call it because one, how does Amorim actually go about keeping players fit and safe from injuries for this game, but still have a competitive edge to try and at least give Chelsea a game and just not throw in the towel and give them the 3 points just like that because the game doesn't mean anything to us mathematically on the table. But we can't be losing games and ending 17th. But that might be the reality. Because if you look at what's in between the Chelsea game and the Aston Villa game next weekend, you probably will be realizing that Manchester United could be finishing the league in 17th position and having two losses in their final two games. And to make matters even more worse, it would be two wins in 26 games in the Premier League since Amorim has come in. That's a disgraceful stat. But again, there's context to all of these bad stats that are so negative on Ruben Amorim and Manchester United. Undefeated in the Europa League. Chelsea also have their Conference League final that they have to play against Real Betis. But let's be real, their focus is more finishing in that top four, top five in the Premier League. So them playing at home, them knowing that we are probably going to field a less experienced team, not inexperienced. I think it will be a less experienced team that Amorim plays. And Chelsea will feel encouraged by that. Their players will feel that they're playing at home, they should want to go and get the win. And it's not to say that Manchester United must not have the mentality to give the game to Chelsea. We want to win every single game. That must be the mentality as a Manchester United fan, as a player, coaching staff, everybody inside the club must have that mentality. But in reality, it certainly is not the case. Because Amorim is going to make changes. Bruno, Casemiro, Maguire, Onana, Hoyland, the likes of Ahmad, Garnacho, Mainu, Ugarte, etc. These players are not going to be starting this game. They need to be rested. And secondly, we don't want any injuries. Does Matthias de Ligt and Lenny Yoro come back into the squad for the Europa League final? Yoro is more likely than Matthias de Ligt, I think, in my opinion. And that being said alone, you know Amorim is going to play some of the academy players. MS will probably start the game. You most likely will see Chido get another start for Manchester United. Maybe he plays Fredrickson in the back three. Maybe Sekou Kone gets a good debut, in midfield next to an Ugarte, next to an Ericsson. There is going to be a team that hasn't played together at all. And you saw that basically with how the players were trying to find themselves when we were playing against West Ham. But again, you could see the mentality. The players don't really want to give their all in fear of getting an injury, in fear of making a mistake, in fear of, shall I say, not being mentally fit enough in order to perform at a certain level every single game. Because the Premier League season has been absolutely abysmal. And then we are undefeated in Europe. And Amorim said himself in the press conference for the Europa League final, he did say that it is Champions League football that will help Manchester United get faster back to the top competing. Without it, we will struggle to bring in the players that might be able to help us, take that step up. But on the other hand, you also look that Amorim might have more time on the training pitch if we don't have European football. And maybe that is what we need. But we'll speak about the Europa League final and the preview to that when that time comes. But Chelsea are a team that, in the beginning of the season, looked strong, started well, looked like they were going to challenge for the league with Enzo Maresca, but done quite well to stay in that top four, top five race for the Champions League positions. And they are a good team. They have quality players. Enzo Maresca, of course, plays with a very, very good system that is similar to Pep Guardiola at City. But again, how does Amorim approach this game? Does he decide to go for it, try and get the win, Or does he completely just throw in the towel, give the game to Chelsea? It's difficult. This is the issue that we have been having at the club for so many years, where players pick and choose when to perform and have a good game. And that is the result that we have found ourselves in now. The moment Amorim and the team realized that we ain't getting Champions League football through the league, automatically everybody's focus and attention became to the Europa League, and that is why we look much better there. The tempo is slower. The way we are approached by other teams in Europe, it is a much different prospect than the physicality and high pressing of the Premier League. And that's what Chelsea will try and do to us, like I said, especially playing at home. But I am not concerned about this particular game. Win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. I want us to play well. I want us to have no injuries come the end of the game. And thirdly, play to win. Just play to win. And don't make it look like you are giving up. Fight, show desire, make the game hard for Chelsea, make them work for any result if they should want to push that hard. But we must have the mentality of playing to win, regardless of our league position or where we are in any stage of the season. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like. Thank you for joining me in the video until the end. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see each other soon. Bye bye, Red Devils. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share, and subscribe.